Hey everybody, this is the Sliders Review, and I'm here today to talk to you about Robbie Rist. I hope that's how you say his last name. Wants to voice Michelangelo in the Paramount's live-action The Last Ronin. Robbie Rist was the voice actor who voiced Michelangelo in the original trilogy in the 90s. In Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, also in the second movie, something of the Ooze, and then the third movie just titled number 3. No, Secret of the Ooze, that's it. You know, those trilogies, well, I grew up with those. I got them on DVD. I love them. And I don't care what anybody says about the third one. I say like this: if the cartoon can do time travel, then so can the live action. But I understand why people have a problem with the third, because it was so different from the first two. But anyways, so on Instagram, somebody stated to him that, you know, he should voice Michelangelo for The Last Ronin. And he liked and replied to that comment saying, start a campaign, which means he's all in if he gets the chance to voice him. And just like in my last video, if he were to voice Michelangelo in The Last Ronin, which would make total sense, because they should put it in the same continuity as the original trilogy. That way all the original stars can come back as their older selves. It makes sense. Make it make sense. That makes sense right there. Their voices have changed to be older. The human people who play like April and Casey, they look older now. The people who voice the turtles, their voices have changed, you know, to get older, because he's about 60, I think. So you know his voice has changed from back in the day, which is perfect for The Last Ronin. This will be his full circle from the original trilogy. Not only that, but it will be his Cody Rhodes story. I mean, how more perfect would that be? Because, you know, he started off as Michelangelo in the first movie, and the first movie was, in my opinion, just perfect. It was perfect. And it really encapsulated how Michelangelo is the wacky party dude and everything. He was goofy, he was silly, he made people laugh. He didn't take nothing serious in that movie. He was the truest Michelangelo in live action. Then in the second one, they kind of just forgot about him. He's just there, and that's it. But in the third one, because see, in the original trilogy, it never really truly focused on none of the turtles, kind of like how the CGI movie did. Not the Michael Bay CGI. I'm talking about the full CGI movie, which was kind of, people say it's the fourth movie, but it has no real relations to the other three movies. But like in that fourth one, the CGI one, it revolves around the relationship of Leonardo and Raphael. But in the first movie, even though it doesn't focus on none of the turtles, like primarily say, oh, this is the focus of the movie, Raphael was kind of the main turtle of that movie, having more storylines focused around him and screen time. Whereas the second kind of revolved a little bit more around Donatello with the science aspect of the ooze and everything. But in the third one, Michelangelo, in my opinion, would be kind of like the focus a little bit of that movie. His character, you know, got separated from the rest of the brothers with the scepter, and then they kind of forgot about him in the rest of the movie. And then, like, you know, he had a crush on that human girl, and when he had to go back to the present, he was really sad and bummed out. He couldn't be with her and stuff. And, you know, I'm telling you, man, like, if they was to get the original voice cast from the original first movie, or if they can't get everybody from the first movie, there's always the second and the third, because they kept changing the voices around. But the actor who played Michelangelo was in all three movies. Literally, this is full circle if they wanted to borrow from that continuity and everything. And I would be down for it. And, you know, as fans, if you like, you know, if you love that trilogy, if you loved his voice as Michelangelo, like, make it happen, man. Like, because if not, it's gonna get recast with somebody else. And honestly, it would be so perfect if they get that original cast back. Both actresses who play April O'Neil are older now, and one could play April and the other can play somebody else. The actor who plays Casey is older now. That is perfect. If they even wanted to have a flashback of, say, well, I can't do a flashback of Shredder because he's dead, but yeah, never mind, just screw that. But like, get that original voice cast back, and capitalize on that with rubber suits and like everything. And if not, just do it in animation. I don't care. Because animation always tends to be better than live action anyway. But I want to see a live... Because that first movie was dark and gritty. It was so dark and gritty. Well, it wasn't too dark and gritty, but it was dark and gritty compared to that standard of 1990. And so they had to make the second one and the third one more like lighthearted and stuff because it pissed off kids at that time. Well, those kids are all grown up now, And so I think it's really cool that he's on board for this. Alrighty, well, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.